to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Corman? Ms. Palmer? Mr. Person?
Here.
Mr. Prince?
Here.
Ms. Breyer?
Here.
Mr. Zwicker?
If I don't say here, we don't have a quorum. Here.
Mr. Taylor? Roll call, Mr. Mayor. 3 absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer.
I move that the absent council members be excused.
Second.
So moved by Ms. Breyer, second by Mr. Prince, that council excuse council members Corman, Palmer, and Taylor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Just so the public understands, they're at their high schools today with parent-teacher indoctrination of some type, so. I don't know if it's for their classes.
There you go. Good start, Mr. Mayor, good start.
So we're going to move on to a proclamation.
Holy smokes.
Proclamation. Mayor's Day of Concern for the Hungry. Whereas the City of Renton recognizes adequate nutrition as a basic goal for each citizen, and whereas no child should got to school hungry, no baby should be without feedings needed for mental and physical growth, no elderly person's health should be jeopardized by lack of appropriate foods, and whereas food bank, emergency, and hot meal programs working with the City of Renton, local faith communities, social service agencies, and hundreds of volunteers strive day in and day out to stem the rising tide of hunger, but still need more help. And whereas when winter approaches and low-income families must stretch their dollars to cover increasing fuel, electricity, and rental costs, leaving even less money for monthly food purchase, an outpouring of community assistance is needed. And whereas the Emergency Feeding Program coordinates an annual food drive, which will be held at grocery stores throughout King County on Saturday, September 28, 2013, to help support the efforts of their program and the area's food banks in fighting hunger. And whereas the City of Renton has been a steadfast supporter of this vital project for the past 21 years and has strived to eradicate hunger in the community, and whereas, sadly, the need for a food drive to fight hunger has never been greater, since some 250,000 individuals in King County face the daily risk of going hungry, and of them, 86,000 are children. Now therefore I, Dennis Law, Mayor of the City of Renton, do hereby proclaim September 28, 2013 to be Mayor's Day of Concern for the Hungry in the City of Renton, and strongly urge all citizens to join the Emergency Feeding Program and the Salvation Army Renton Rotary Food Bank in their efforts to nourish those who are hungry. In witness whereof, I've herein to set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Renton to be affixed this 16th day of September 2013. Signed, Dennis Law, Mayor of the City of Renton.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Prince.
move that the proclamation be adopted as read.
Second?
Been moved by Mr. Prince, second by Ms. Breyer, that council adopt the proclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I don't believe we have somebody here to pick this up tonight, so we'll make sure we get this.
Yes, you do.
Oh, we do? Oh, I apologize. That's okay. I have somebody in the back of the room who used to work for us that told me there wasn't anybody here.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Let's do it this way.
Thank you very much. Excellent.
Well, on behalf of the Salvation Army, I would like to say thank you to the mayor, to the city council members, and to the Renton residents for this opportunity to collect the much needed food for our shelves, but also to get the word out about how many of our neighbors continue to struggle to provide adequate, nutritious food for their family's table. Wanted to let you know from January 1 of this year, Through last Friday, the Salvation Army here in Renton has provided 6,442 food boxes to 2,184 households. That's just here in our city. We cannot do it without the help and the support of the community. So again, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for all the work that you do. Okay, moving on to, I'm sorry.
On behalf of Emergency Feeding Program, I wanted to say thank you also. We will be at many of your stores. Please, I really encourage you all to help us out. It's going to be a day of giving, and we hope to do much better than we did last year. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think the thing that we continue to hear, despite the fact that the economy is improving throughout the area, there is still a huge need. And so we hope that people will get out to really donate, because there are a lot of people that are going without food. And so it's amazing to me how much the food banks have been going through this year. So thank you for being here. Okay, we're going to move on to a special presentation regarding Renton High School's Hall of Fame. We have the Honorable Don Custer, who at one point in time in his life was the mayor of this great city. So, Mayor Custer, would you like to come up and spend 30 seconds telling us about that?
You might get 10 minutes.
This is really strange. I'm sure you said I had an hour. I would like to speak to the council briefly on behalf of myself and my co-conspirator over here. What was your name again?
Terry Breyer.
Could you say that louder for the jury, please?
I can spell it if you need it.
Okay. I really have misgivings about speaking to this group, having been mayor. We had 12 council members when I was mayor.
God bless you.
And yes. And I look at this group, and they're not even all here, I understand. I told you not
I hope
to
you're
tell
not
them I was
referring to the
coming.
ones that are actually in the room.
We're here to take a few minutes to tell you about an event coming up October 5th. This will be the Hall of Honor for Renton High School awards ceremony. It's going to be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on October 5th at the Commons at the high school. Now, all high schools have some outstanding grads that deserve honors and recognition. Renton is hardly any exception. For example, we have one typical Renton High School graduate, class of 73, I believe, who was just named Secretary of the Interior for the United States. I hope you're aware of that. That's just one. Now, we had some others who have done a lot of things. We have one singer you've heard 1,000 times, maybe 5,000 times, and probably never seen. He will be receiving an honor for us. If you've heard of Killer Music, you'll know who I'm talking about. We have the former president of Battelle Institute, the world's leading not-for-profit research organization. They come up with the little things from day to day, and then they get royalties for them. One of the things they came up with was a dry copying process now used by Xerox. So you can see that they have some funding going for them. We also have one of the world's wealthiest men who will not be here, unfortunately. He's probably somewhere running through his money barefoot or something, but he's not going to make it to our service. And we appreciate the efforts of the Renton Police Department to consider our needs. Had the Secretary of the Interior been here, it might have cost us an extra $10,000 for security. I know you didn't budget for it, so maybe it's just as well in this case. But we have had a long association with the city of Renton, and I mean long. Most of you know the city was platted in 1876. On the 6th of September 1901, we formally chartered a city. And it took another 10 years before we had a high school. That was in 2011. Renton High School is now celebrating its 102nd year of operation. We have had one previous Wall of Honor ceremony. 23 graduates of the High School were honored at the centennial celebration in 2011. That was chaired by one of your members here, Terry Breyer, and I understand now why she seems so frustrated at the ceremony. We have an awful lot to do. We have sent invitations to many of you. We hope that you will be able to attend the ceremony. We think you should be as proud of this high school as we are, and you should be for several reasons. The principal in 2011, or rather in 1911, was a fellow named Bean Blossom. He was elected mayor of the city twice. In 1927, we had a fellow named Frank Alamant, who was elected mayor. 1946, another fellow named Earl Clymer was mayor. 1931, Charlie De Laurenti was elected mayor. Then there was some other fellow whose name I've forgotten, but it doesn't matter that much. When I was mayor, the city clerk, the city treasurer, the police chief, and the fire chief were all Renton High grads. That'll give you an idea why everything was so perfect during my term. But they often referred to Renton as Camelot. But anyway, we've had a great influence on the city, and we're proud of it, and I hope you are. I see we have two members of Renton's alumni on this council, Mr. Zwicker and Ms. Breyer, and we're very proud of Mr. Zwicker, without whom there wouldn't be a meeting right now. If he decides to go home, we're dead in the water. But anyway, we hope that you will be able to attend, and we will have a couple of you participating in our ceremony. We are proud of our graduates. We hope you will be. Now, I think that you had a couple
Ms. Johnson
words.
has a couple of words.
Okay, whatever your name was.
Yeah,
go ahead.
about Bring America Back. You need a couple words. Yes,
Yeah.
Remember that.
Bring America Back.
Right.
Thank you. I
No
appreciate
problem.
that.
That's
That was
exactly
very
what
nice.
we're doing.
Okay, that's cool. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Did you pay attention? I hope you paid attention.
Could you write that?
So he's talking about all the mayors. Turns out Frank Alamant, I'm the shirt tail relative. Charlie De Laurenti is a cousin. This guy fed me peanut butter and jelly when I was in second grade when we came here. And he gave us a tour and locked me in jail. I don't know why I like him, but I do. I'm here actually to tell you that in the process of all of this, we have worked personally with R&R Graphics, with the Renton Printery. We're doing everything in our power to keep everything in the city of Renton. We are working with Puich Cleaners. They're doing some of our graphics for us. And of course the Renton School District. It has been both a challenge and a joy to work with all of them, but we are doing everything that we possibly can to make sure that no matter what it is that we do, it's done here in the city of Renton with those people that own family-owned businesses. And I'm gonna go home with him now, so wish me luck.
Don't phone my wife.
She's really, really
Surprise for
nice.
her. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hope
Thank
to see you
you.
all.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
Then find us. Then
Mr. Custer hired me back in 1966.
Yes. Well, we all make mistakes.
I like him, Don.
Well, we didn't hold that against the mayor, so he did the best he could. Thank you, Don.
Thank you.
You know, I guess I want to say too, the Alumni Association of the Renton High School is absolutely outstanding. They do so many things on an ongoing basis to not only promote the history of the school, but to also promote the kids that are going there now. And it's just, you guys do a great job. Terry, Don, and Roxana, you guys do a great job. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move on to administrative report. Mr. Covington.
And Mr. Mayor, Council, a couple of items of information. I wanted to just, I think you may mention this as well, Mr. Mayor, but Council is aware, we had our day of service last Saturday. Just quickly, over 38 different projects, approximately 750 volunteers, and 18 agencies and organizations were involved. So it's just a tremendous amount of thanks for those who volunteered to do work that simply wouldn't get done without volunteers. We want to announce a blood drive this Wednesday, here at City Hall in the 7th floor conferencing center, just across the hall here, from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 in the afternoon. They'll take a lunch break about 10:30. So the public is definitely invited. They are low in certain blood types in particular, but we just encourage anybody who can to come and give blood. And then finally want to mention that Council Member Terry Breyer has been reappointed by Governor Jay Inslee to the Citizens Committee on Pipeline Safety. This is her second term, which became effective August 26th. The Citizens Committee on Pipeline Safety was established to advise state agencies and other appropriate federal and local government agencies and officials on matters relating to hazardous liquid and gas pipeline safety, routing, construction, operation, and maintenance. As you all know, that's important, particularly as we deal now with WashDOT over the next year or so in their efforts to try to relocate one of those gas lines. So we've appreciated Council Member Breyer's participation and are grateful the Governor reappointed her. Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
Thanks, Mr. Covington. I also wanted to mention a couple things about the National Day of Service that we had Saturday. Anybody who was around town saw all of these volunteers. We had 750 people on our streets doing a ton of work. I wanted to mention that we had great staff that not only organized but supported this throughout the day on Saturday, and the park staff in particular, and Terry Gashiyama, Kelly Beamer, Bonnie Raresich, Norma McQuiller, Sonia and Teresa and Wendy, and even Jay was there working on this stuff. You know, a lot of people working hard to try to promote this and to celebrate the great work that the volunteers from our local churches and organizations that participated. I also wanted just to recognize our cooking crew that have been working all summer at the neighborhood picnics, but they were there, part of them were there anyway, on Saturday to help out with this picnic that we had. Rich Zwicker, Kevin McQuiller, and our police chief, Kevin Milosevic, who have been out absolutely all summer trying to serve the public, so appreciate that very much. Okay, we're moving on to audience comment. We have a couple of people that have signed up to address the council. When I call your name, come up to the podium, give your name, city of residence for the record. You have 5 minutes, and the timer's next to the city clerk. First is Beth Asher.
Is this on, Jay? Do I have to hit the... Oh, well. Hi, I'm Beth Asher, and I'll be quick because I know you guys had a really long committee of the whole. And I just kind of brought a mini project before you that I've been thinking about for the neighborhood associations. It's hard to get the city website updated adequately, and there's a couple of the neighborhoods I was trying to correspond with, and their information was not correct. And they also have a hard time, getting together with each other. And then I thought, why not give them a seminar on how to use these website templates? They're free. They can each put up a site. A lot of them don't have sites. They don't have the way to have a newsletter. It's kind of difficult. We have a paper newsletter, which is cool, but it would be nice if we had our own website also. A couple of them have great websites. I've used these several times, and I would be willing to volunteer to give seminars to them on how to use the template. The city could pick a template they like even, and you can have preset pages where they just fill in the content, and then away they go. It's a great way for them to communicate with their neighbors, and it's another way to communicate. It's one kind of the 20-somethings and 30-somethings will love, because when you finish that template, you just click, and it becomes a mobile and a pad site also. So just kind of a thought. It's like a mini project, and I would be more than happy to help with it, because I, for one, would like to have a really smoking website for my neighborhood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next is Howard McComber.
Howard McComber, live in Renton. I'll be brief. I was going to mention the same things that you did. As a volunteer, I thought that the city did a fantastic job in getting things ready for us. It was just wonderful. I worked down in the Black River thing, and Kelly was down there with her crew, Jeff, and they pre-positioned bark, and they had all the equipment. They brought the trailer down. This is just a city that is prepared for volunteers. Expect it, you know how to do it. It works very well. It was a very smooth operation, and I love the cooking crew. thanks Rich. I think Rich has probably cooked 20,000 hot dogs every summer. Yeah, or 50,000 or something. Anyway, he did well at Dog. We knew you were doing the same thing for the Wounded Warriors. We appreciate that. We have a great town for volunteers, and I think the partnership between the people and the city is what makes our city worthwhile. It's always there. We have tremendous opportunities. I think the Renton's football team, yeah, the Seahawks, that's the Renton Seahawks. They did very well last night too. I think it was cheering on from Renton.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Howard. Next is Samuel Bellamille.
Yep, my name is Sam Bellamio. I'm here with Stand Up America. Our organization is based out of Seattle, Washington. And I came before speaking to you. It's you know, before I start my whole spiel, you know, the concern raised about us coming and speaking was the fear of...
Sam, I don't see you in camera.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
The fear of retaliation for speaking. You know, there was a fear that last year you were going to take away this...
Excuse me, he's not in camera.
You're going to have to sit down and
Am I
not
not on
disrupt the
camera?
meeting. Yes, well, the camera's in operation, so I'd like you to sit down and allow the speaker to go ahead and speak.
Okay, no problem, but it's supposed to be in camera.
So, yeah, it is kind of weird that my face isn't being shown, but that's okay. So, you know, there's a concern that us speaking, you know, last year you almost cut it down from 5 minutes to 3 and maybe whittle it down to 2. And, you know, that's a retaliatory thing that someone brought up. They're afraid that you guys are going to go against the citizens basically out of fear. I don't know why you would do that. So if that's the case, let me know. I'll just stop coming because I don't want your citizens to lose this opportunity, and it would be ridiculous. But, you know, the bigger issue is that you guys allow the 5 minutes, and I commended you before for that, and so now I'm kind of scared that you'll take it away obnoxiously. But King County doesn't allow for this opportunity, and this is important because our tax dollars we pay to King County. That's billions of dollars every single year that we don't have a say in how it gets spent. There's no inlet. There's not an opportunity to speak freely as such as I'm doing now. And that is why you guys were elected, was to listen to the citizens and to help them. You had your old mayor in here talking about all the stuff that you have done as a... Am I still not on TV?
No.
He's blocking my way. I can't see the monitor.
Oh. So the concern is that you guys aren't going to do something on behalf of the citizens because you guys are stuck in a role. You know, you got to keep your position, got to get reelected. Can't rock the boat too much. Can't be that guy, odd man out because the herd will let you get attacked by the lions. Or pretty much you guys are the lions because you have all the power and you're not doing anything. But you know, you had what was today? The Mayor's Day of Concern of the Hungry. It's being concerned and doing something are two completely different things. You can't just be concerned and say, I wish that we could help. Instead of, you should say, we are helping. These are the things we're doing. You know, there's a system in place, and I can say it again and again and again and again. There's a system in place. We cannot speak at King County. Billions of dollars. They help take care of the poor. They also jail a lot of the poor people that have to go out and steal for a living because they have no chance of getting a job because we're not coming out of the recession. We're at a new datum. This is a new America we're in. 21% unemployment if you actually count the people who are unemployed instead of this 7.1% that they've taken out millions of people from counting them. It's the manipulation of numbers that our government's doing. I mean, we have concerns, the U.S. president's about the attack Syria. How's that related to Renton? Well, I know that a lot of people are concerned about America starting World War III or going into another Middle Eastern country and wasting billions of our tax dollars, trillions. But, you know, we can't come to you and say it. We gotta go to the president. We gotta fly to D.C. I mean, you guys are the only outlet we have. The only reason you were created was so citizens can have a forum to discuss issues and concerns of the city and then address them and take them and fix it and go up to the county level and tell, hey, county, this is what we want to do. And then the county goes up to the state and then up to the federal. Instead, it's like, hey, guys, well, I'm going to take care of the neighborhood this time. I can't go up to the county. That's their level. That's their jurisdiction. It's the moon to the earth. It's not even relative. But I'm begging you, it is. It's very relative. None of you have stepped up and came up and asked, hey, how can we help you to get King County, to create a space in which citizens can engage. They have meetings every single day. Every single day they have a meeting, and you're not allowed as a citizen to participate. Every single day they're making a decision on how they're going to make new ordinances and how they're going to tax people and how they're going to fine people, what they're going to do for the land rights usage around here in the county. They're making all these decisions, and citizens aren't allowed in the decision-making process. This isn't democracy. This is tyranny at this point. This is what we come to you and speak to you. This is what we want you to do. We want you to reach out to us. Not maybe, fine, forget us. We're those annoying guys that are coming. But do it on behalf of your citizens. You represent not just yourself or your neighborhood. You represent the city as a whole and the industries that stay here and call this home. So you need to open up King County. You need to demand it. And you need to work on behalf of the citizens. Thanks.
Thank you.
We have more time.
Next is Alex Zimmerman.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit confused. I'm sorry, I stand back to you because I want to stand to camera. Can I do this?
You can, if you would like to address the council, you may do that, or you may sit down. That's your choice.
Not. I want address, but I'm supposed to be seeing camera myself. The same, we cannot see Sam before, so I don't understand what this trick you're doing right now. It's supposed to be camera work like this. It's supposed to be show front and face, but this not happen. Why? Somebody orders this? Who? Mayor? You're supposed to be responsible for this. It's a crime. You cannot do this. You know this? Thank you very much. Okay. Back.
No.
Sit front. My face? No? Okay. My name is Alex Zimmerman. I represent Stand Up America. We come to you every Monday. We'll come to you every Monday. Because we have right now approximately more than 300 speeches. Couple hundred in King Country, Seattle, more than 150. Bellevue, 60 speeches. Yes, every Monday. We come to you every Monday. Because everything what is we want to talk to you, we don't talk to you because we not believe you. 95% of American right now not believe in government. We don't have a government. We have a bunch of crook who represent who? Nobody know. So, we come to you because you have something what is very unique. First is 5-minute speech, what is very unique. And second, no one council from Renton who represent 100,000 people present in King Country Council. This means you have unique situation. You're supposed to be angry. You, 9 council, supposed to be angry. How is this possible? So you not represent 100,000 people in Renton, citizen in Renton, in King Country country, who operate with $8 billion per year. $8 billion is a ton of money. And nobody from you represent your 100,000 people. So we come to you for one particular reason. Find one decent, honest man from 9 who stand up together with Stand Up America. You come back America back and go to King Country Council together with us and write a letter or doing something together for change this absolutely idiotic situation what is have King Country. It's not idiotic situation. It's a mafia principle. Control, control, control. We see this before from communist and Soviet Union in China. We see this before in German Nazi, National Socialist. So that's exactly what has happened right now with King Country. Don Constantine, executive, 4 years, no one Q&A. Why? Why he don't have one Q&A for 4 years? $32 billion. Sorry guys, it's absolutely idiotic situation because it's not his money. It's your money, it's people's money, it's a business money, it's my money. Whereas you see a dirty broker, you know what this mean? Who never talk to you about your money. I never see like this before in my life. When my penny, my dollar, I give to somebody, I ask this idiot every day, what is you did with my money? I have right doing this. It's America about. But you play a stupid. You don't want doing this. Nice, quiet life is exactly what is you want. You don't want changes. Everything what is you want, sit in this chair. But this King Country Council sit for $125,000, $135,000. Have 3 assistants. I Don Constantine make $210,000, $50,000 more than governor. $50,000 more than governor. And so interesting, King Country Council never working 180 day per year. Half time these people not working. If we cannot come in talking about us money, guys, No, it's supposed to be from 9 people here. One normal, civilized American man understands, so we have a constitution. You all 9 people. Last time I make question to Randy Corman, who's council member, who's a council president, and he give very nice answer. Yeah, it's a different way of doing this job. Guy, I understand this way of doing job, but we have this speech in every city. We speak to you because we can send email to you. It will be stupid answer, like to another 100,000 people, or we can speak so everybody can listen to us. And maybe somebody from Renton, from 100,000 people, call you and ask you very simple point. Why you not represent as Renton citizen, 100,000 citizen in King Country? And why you don't want what is these people go and talk to King Country Council about money what is belong to 100,000 people? Guys, stop and play us stupid. Stop and open your eyes. Come on, stop and play this cheap game. You know about what we're talking about, and you know these games. So why you support this game? Thank you very much. I have a 4 second more or less.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We come next Monday, before you not change the stupid rules.
Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. We have 3 items for council consideration. Are there any items councilmember would like pulled for discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the consent agenda be approved as presented.
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Zwicker, that council approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to unfinished business. Mr. Person.
Yes. I have a committee of the whole report for Mr. Randy Corman.
Committee of the Whole Committee Report, Alley Policy Review. As referred from the Planning and Development Committee, the Committee of the Whole has reviewed the issue of policy on city alleys related to correspondence received from the Master Builders Association. The Committee of the Whole directs staff to amend the administrative policy code interpretation to ensure clarity and internal consistency regarding when alleys are required, as well as what conditions alleys would not be required. The code should be amended as follows. Section 4-7-150ES, alley access. Alley access is the preferred street pattern for all new residential development except in the residential low-density land area designation, RC, R1, and R4 zones. All new development in an area that has existing alleys shall take access off the alley. New development in areas without existing alleys shall utilize alley access on interior lots. If it can be demonstrated through an evaluation that the use of alleys is not practical, the use of alleys may not be required. Any or all of the following factors may apply and should be considered in evaluating whether the use of alleys is not practical. A, size, the new development is a short plat. B, topography, the topography of the site proposed for development is not conducive for an alley configuration. C, environmental impacts, the use of alleys would have more of a negative impact on the environment than a street pattern without alleys. Code Section 4-2-110A, Development Standards for Residential Zoning Designations, Primary and Attached Structures, in the Maximum Density section. Maximum net density, R8, 8 dwelling units per 1 net acre, except that the maximum shall be 6 dwelling units per net acre when alleys were not evaluated for possible inclusion during the planning of the street configuration. The committee recommends placing this issue as outlined in the Administrative Policy Code interpretation on the Planning Division's work program for inclusion in the Renton Municipal Code. Finally, the committee recommends the city's long-term policies regarding alleys and possible changes to address concerns about alleys be considered as part of the comprehensive plan update. This is signed by the council president.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I hate to do this, but I'm concerned about the wording, and I didn't pick up on it until it was read aloud. Under the 4.7, the sentence that starts, all new development in an area that has existing alleys shall take access off the alley. There are some existing alleys in the city where it wouldn't make sense. And I used one up on Grant Avenue where the lady was building her house, and everybody else accessed off the street, and it would not have made any sense to come off the alley, but this would have required her to do that. And so I guess what I'm looking at is they should have these same privileges of the A, B, C exceptions.
Mr. Vincent, are you in a position to address that?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Chip Vincent for the record. Councilmember Person, the intent here was to provide greater predictability by putting a finer point on the issue of when alleys would be applied, but at the same time, so we're trying to provide the certainty and predictability, but it's principally for new development and new subdivisions that this is going to be applied, and that was not part of that administrative interpretation. We still, for individual legal lots of record, which you're referring to that we were dealing with up on Renton Hill, we still have the same administrative ability to do a modification or variance to allow a front-loading a lot. This is specifically focused on subdivisions, large subdivisions. So if there was a large subdivision, though, up on Renton Hill, then this would come into play. But it's not the intent to apply this to individual infill lots like we have up there. And to my knowledge, there really isn't much land that would be subdivided anymore up in the Renton Highlands area.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yeah, as long as, you know.
We recall that incident.
Yeah.
Very well, so. Okay, thank you.
I just want to be sure that was covered. With that, I move the council concur with the recommendation of the committee of the whole.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Zwicker, that council concur with the committee of the whole report. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Chip. Okay, moving on to Mr. Prince.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Ms. Breyer, I know you've got lots of
I
stuff.
have lots of them, yeah. The Finance Committee has more than I want to count. Go ahead and enjoy reading them, Bonnie, huh?
Oh, thank you.
At least they're short.
Finance Committee Report, Approval of Claims and Payroll Vouchers. The Finance Committee approves for payment on September 16th, 2013, claim vouchers 323-923 through 324-339, one wire transfer and one payroll run with benefit withholding payments totaling $5,899,022.22, and payroll vouchers include 800 direct deposits and 92 payroll checks totaling $1,710,674.45. This is signed by the three committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer.
I move that council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Person, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee Report, Harbor Olympic Land Utility Bill Adjustment. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to deny a utility bill adjustment request from Harbor Olympic Land in the amount of $7,958.93. The waiver of water, sewer, and King County Metro charges was requested due to a malfunction of the owner's car wash equipment, which caused a water leak at the service address of 251 Rainier Avenue North. This is signed by the three committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer.
I move that council concur with this Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Person, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee Report, GSG Corporation Gambling Tax Payment Arrangement. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the payment arrangement with the GSC Corporation to collect unpaid gambling taxes in the amount of $165,259 over an 18-month period from the gambling establishments of Diamond Lil's and Freddy's Club. This is signed by the three committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer?
move that council concur with this committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Person, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee report, approval of Big 5 building demolition. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence with the staff recommendation to approve job order contract work order number 2 with Berkshire Phillips in the amount of $287,043.98 for demolition of the city-owned Big 5 building located at 508 South 3rd Street. The committee further recommends that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign work order number 2. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer?
I move that council concur with this finance committee report.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Zwicker, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee report, Sunrise Cooperative Preschool Building Agreement. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve a 9-month lease of space at the North Highlands Neighborhood Center in the amount of $600 per month with optional 3-year lease extension to the Sunrise Cooperative Preschool. The committee further recommends that the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign the lease. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer?
I move that council concur with this committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Zwicker, that council concur with the Finance Committee report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Finance Committee report, Van Buskirk Utility Billing Adjustment. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence with the staff recommendation to approve a utility bill adjustment request from Mr. Van Buskirk for 50% of a $54,929 back billing and allow the amount to be repaid over a 2-year period. The adjustment of $27,464.61 consists of $7,636.99 for city water, $7,078.80 for city sewer, and $12,748.81 for King County Metro charges. The back billing was due to cumulative reading errors caused by an incorrect city meter register at the Brighton Bold Laundromat located at 2830 Northeast Sunset Boulevard. This is signed by the 3 committee members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Breyer?
this is our final committee report. I make a motion that council concur with it, please.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Breyer, seconded by Mr. Zwicker, that council concur with the final Finance Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Bonnie. Moving on to resolutions and ordinances, we have nothing scheduled this evening, so we'll move on to new business. Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. For Mr. Corman, the committee of the whole is canceled for next Monday, September 23rd. I can hardly say that, it's going so fast. Then I'm just looking at the schedule, and public safety, I was going to move to 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., but I see that community services is from 6 to 6:30, which would leave a half hour.
No, there's a reception at 6:30.
Oh,
At the
okay.
bottom one there.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that. I missed that one. In that case, the Public Safety Committee will meet next Monday, September 23rd at 5 p.m. in the conference room. 3 issues: fire department staffing briefing, Class A burn prop for fire station number 14 briefing, and 3 emerging issues in public safety. And that would be brief. These are all briefing only.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Prince.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Utilities Committee meeting for September 23rd is canceled.
Okay. Ms. Breyer?
Yes, I have nothing to announce.
Okay. Mr. Zwicker?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and announce the Community Services Committee meeting for Councilmember Taylor beginning at 6 p.m. in the council conferencing room till 6:30. With one topic is the decriminalizing alcohol consumption in parks, And then since I'm the last one to go, I don't know if we need to announce or not, but it's 6:30 to 7, and the 7th floor conferencing center is the Public Works Employee Recognition Reception. That is
Okay.
all.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to audience comment, was there anybody who wanted to address the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
Puget Sound starts here. City